Finding a way to express our emotions can be challenging at times, and the same is true for kids. One very effective and therapeutic way to release emotions is art therapy. Taylor Freeman is an outpatient art therapist who works with the kids at Daniel, and she's joining us this morning to tell us more about art therapy. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning.
Art therapy, so what is it?
Art therapy is a mental health profession that uses the creative process and the product of the art to help in mental, physical, and emotional well-being of other people.
So you're using creative ways, drawings, paint, is that?
Art, clay, we do painting, drawing, we do all sorts of sculpture building, anything artistic.
And you're using it to reach kids that sometimes have built walls, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And these are young kids to teenagers, right? I mean, that's a pretty big age group.
I have a 3-year-old right now, all the way up to a 17-year-old, so I can work, but art therapy really can reach all ages, from young to elderly.
Now, how does it, how exactly does it work? How does it get through to these kids?
Well, first of all, in therapy, we try to build rapport with the client, so that's really building an open, trusting relationship. With a 3-year-old, I might use a scribble chase, where I would get a big piece of paper, I would sit on the floor and actually chase their crayon around with a crayon. And we create this huge scribble drawing that's just absolutely beautiful and the child loves. For a teenager to build rapport, you might ask them to do an about me collage, where they just cut out pictures about themselves, because they'll be a little more self-conscious about using the art. And teenagers love to talk about themselves. So creating an about me collage is actually a great way to get through to teenagers and build an open, trusting relationship.
Is that the goal, to get them to open up and express themselves? Is that really the
Absolutely.
the intention, I guess, right?
Absolutely, because art is a different way to express yourself than just talk. And it really helps them open up by just not having to talk all the time. They can actually do the art and think and go through that process in their head.
Let's talk about the pictures we're seeing right now.
Okay.
These are some of the works, I imagine, right?
These are some sketchbook images, actually. And the sketchbook is a great way to, a homework assignment almost for the kids, so they can express themselves at home.
It's a visual journal, right?
Exactly. That's another picture. And it really is up to the child or the teenager how much they want to really put into this sketchbook, but they bring it into the art therapy session and we can talk about it, and it really shows me what they go through in their home life.
And your kids all did all these drawings?
These are a mixture between kids and some that we've used, mostly kids drawings.
Yeah, to help them, I guess, get started, right? Because some of these kids, I imagine, I mean, look, some kids like to draw and pick up crayons naturally. Some of these kids probably haven't even touched pencils, crayons, paint, I mean, clay, sculpting.
Absolutely. A lot will actually come into the session and they'll say that they don't want to do the art at all. And then after a while, when you start bringing it out and kind of slowly introducing it to them, they end up loving art, and they didn't even realize what a good artist they were.
When did you realize, personally, when you started doing this, when did you realize that, wow, this is making an impact, this is working?
Actually, I taught art for a while, and I realized that in the art classroom, a lot of the kids were using the art to express their needs and their feelings. That's when I realized that this is what art is great for.
Do you find that it works for most kids? I can't imagine it works for all the kids. I mean, it's not a solution for every kid out there, but do you think it works for a majority of them?
For the majority of them, but you also learn how to incorporate play into the art therapy and talk therapy into the art. So you find a way to make it work.
Do you recommend parents trying this?
Absolutely. I think that parents should provide a sketchbook for their child. All parents, I actually have an example right here of a sketchbook that a child would use, and I think it's a great way for the parent and child to build that relationship.
And you can find those for sale anywhere, really.
Anywhere, absolutely.
And a sketchbook, great. Okay, hey, Taylor, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Interesting stuff and great drawings, love it.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information about art therapy in kids, visit newsforjacks.com or danielkids.org.